Hello friends, in this chapter we'll see more about the comparing quantities. Okay, if we'll see one problem now. If angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2:3:4, find the value of each angle. Now you should know that in a triangle the sum of the angles is nothing but 180 degrees. Okay, now before going into that, what is the ratio of the angles? The ratio is 2:3:4. This, now to find the total, 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equals to 9. Therefore, the value of the first angle is nothing but 2 by 9 into 180 degrees, because the sum of the angles of triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so what is the value of one angle? It is 40 degrees. Similarly, I divide 3 by 9 into 180 degrees, which is equals to 60 degrees. Okay, now the third one is 4 by 9 into 180, which is equal to 80 degrees. Okay, so this is the ratio of the given the ratio of the angles of a triangle, we have got the values of all the three angles. I hope you understood this. Now you have to add the ratios, and every individual 2 by 9, 3 by 9 and 4 by 9 you have to multiply by 180. Okay, now we'll go to the next problem. The number of illiterate persons in a country decreased from 150 lakhs to 100 lakhs in 10 years. What is the percentage of decrease? You will get such problems. What do you mean by illiterate persons? That is people who haven't had education. Okay, so the number has decreased by how much? 150 lakhs to 100 lakhs in 10 years. So what was the original amount? Original amount was 150 lakhs. What is the decrease in the number of illiterate persons? From 150 it has decreased to 100. So the decrease is 50 lakhs. Okay. So how will you calculate the percentage? Percentage is calculated as amount of change by original amount into 100. Students, keep this formula in mind because it's very important. If you are asked to find the percentage of decrease or the percentage of increase, whatever you are asked to find, you have to calculate the amount of change by the original amount into 100. So here it is 50. It has decreased by 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs is the decrease. What was the original amount? 150 lakhs. So 50 by 150 into 100 is equals to 33 1 by 3%. I hope you understood this. Whenever you are asked such problems, you have to make use of this formula. Okay. Now we'll go to the next topic, that is cost price and selling price. See, you go and buy fruits from a fruit vendor. He buys it from someone else and comes and he sells it to us, isn't it? So the price at which he purchases an apple or an orange is called as the cost price. So the buying price of any item is the cost price, and he may sell, the fruit vendor may sell the fruits to us at a particular price. That is called as the selling price. The price at which you sell is the selling price. We denote cost price by CP and selling price by SP. Now, if CP is less than SP, then you have made a profit. Suppose I buy an banana for 5 rupees and I sell it for 10 rupees, then what is the profit? 10 minus 5 is the profit. So if the selling price is less than if the cost price is less than the selling price, then you make a profit. Therefore you write it as SP minus CP. If the cost price is greater than the selling price, then you have a loss. Okay. If cost price is equal to SP, then you have neither a loss or a profit. It is the same. Okay. Now we'll see a problem. A toy bought for rupees 72 is sold at rupees 8. Find the percentage of profit. This is a very commonly asked questions. So please have certain points in mind. Now it is given that for when it is purchased at 72 and it is sold at 80. So cost price is 72 and selling price is 80. The selling price is more than the cost price, so it is a profit. Okay, so profit equals to 80 minus 72, which is equal to rupees 8. Now we have been asked to find the profit percent, isn't it? So how do you calculate profit percent? Profit by cost price into 100. Keep this in mind. Suppose you have a loss, even at that time you will say loss by cost price into 100. This is a standard formula, keep it in mind. So what is the profit? It is 8. And what is the cost price? It is 72. So it goes in it 9 times. So 100 by 9 is 11, 1 by 9%. Okay. So this is how we solve a problem when you're asked to find the profit percent or loss percent. Okay. Now we'll go to the last topic, that is simple interest. Okay. Now what do you mean by principal? Suppose you want to buy a car. You go to a bank and ask for loan. So the amount that you get from the bank is called as the principal. Okay. The money you borrow is known as the sum borrowed or principal. Okay. Principal is nothing but the money you borrow or the sum borrowed. Okay. Now what is interest? Now the bank will not give you just like that for free. It will charge you an interest, that is depending upon the amount they'll be giving you a rate of interest. So the rate of interest is the extra money you pay for the loan taken. Okay. So what is amount? Amount is equal to principal by interest. So at the end of 2 years or 3 years, whatever be the period, you will have to pay to the bank the principal amount along with the interest, that is called as the amount. Okay. So interest I is equals to P into T into R by 100. Now how is the interest calculated? This is how the interest is calculated. Now what is P here? P is the principal. T is the number of years for which you have to pay the interest, and R is the rate of interest. So for how many years should you pay the interest, and at the end you have to, what is the amount you have to pay is principal plus interest. So this formula is very important. P into T into R by 100 gives you the simple interest. Okay. Now we will see a sum to see how the simple interest is calculated. Now rupees 3500 is given at 7% per annum rate of interest. Find the interest at the end of 2 years. So what is given? Principal is 3500, rate of interest is 7 by 100 and number of years is 2. We'll substitute everything in this formula. P into R into T by 100. So this 2 zeros will get cut. We have 2 into 35 is 70. 70 into 7 is equal to rupees 490 is the interest which you have to pay. And what is the amount? Amount is equal to principal plus interest, which is nothing but 3500 plus 490, which is nothing but 99,3990 is the amount which you have to pay at the end of 2 years. I hope all of you understood this. Thank you, friends.